Pope mania is sweeping the nation, especially near the capital, and if you live anywhere near it, you can't escape it. It's the biggest security operation done by the Secret Service ever. People I work with went to go see him and were glowing with euphoria when they came back. I made a joke to one guy asking if women threw their underwear at him, and he normally would have laughed, but in his holy trance, he was actually a bit offended. Just hearing about this Pope makes even atheists feel good, though nowhere near the level that Catholics feel. Hearing about his exploits just make us feel better. But why do we feel that way? He stands for a faith that has done horrible things in the name of religion and still supports gender inequality and socially conservative harmful rules and dogma. We should be completely opposed to him as atheists, just on the basis of faith being a good thing. Then it struck me when he had the Secret Service pick up the little girl in the parade and hug him. He's Santa Claus, a person or being given ultimate power and sway, caring about complete nobodies and the downtrodden. The very premise of Superman or the Doctor or any number of ultimate good heroes in stories. He is the closest thing we have to all these characters in real life. It's the great man or benevolent dictator myth personified. It's so beyond the norm when it comes to people in power, it's insane. Pope Francis is what all prior popes should have been if they were to follow the teachings of Christ. Prior to him we had the Dalai Lama, Desmond Tutu, and Mother Teresa before all of her atrocities came out. People like Nobel Prize winners like Malala Yousafzai, or other people who've done great things like Neil deGrasse Tyson, people who worked really hard and beat the odds and became great and became acclaimed for their work, are one thing. But there's something implanted into our psyche, possibly created by Santa Claus or Jesus, that makes us feel happy and naive as a child again when we see a person handed a ridiculous amount of power and influence and time and uses it to do good. And thanks to all the corruption and makeover that the Catholic Church needs, he has so much sway and so much leverage to try and rebrand Catholicism. It is the power mixed with goodness that makes us feel so good, especially since he really hasn't done that much of substance other than changing the rules to forgive abortion and divorce, two things that shouldn't need forgiveness anyway. He's changed the conversation, though, using the bully pulpit of the Vatican. The man is a great ally of reversing climate change and income inequality, two of our biggest problems in the world, so that is a major thing for people who agree with him and hope that his influence can change the mind of voters, and that very much does make us feel good. Even the best politician doesn't feel the same as the Pope. Their hands are still tied by the system or the constituents. We gave them this power and can take it away. The Pope answers to no one, though other bishops can weaken his power. People like Malala or Gandhi are like Batman, driven humans that worked hard to make themselves great. The Pope feels more like Superman. His only limitation are the limits of his heart and a rare bit of kryptonite. His age also adds to the Santa Claus mythos. You cannot get closer with anyone else. A new study showed that more and more millennials in the West are going into Catholic seminary, something they were seriously worried about being a decline in. While the young generation continues to get more non-religious, the ones that are religious are doing so with a raised level of fervor, and hope to make the church more in Francis's image than Benedict's. It seems to be a trend with millennials. When they believe something truly, they go whole hog instead of just giving lip service. I like the image he projects. I like the idea of him. I might even like him as a person if I met him. I'm glad he's working to sway people in climate change and income inequality, something he didn't have to do. I'm still opposed to him and his religion and their socially conservative, oppressive, backwards thinking. I just hope people don't end up getting caught up in Pope mania and they start to believe the religion, because Santa Claus really is awesome, and he does actually require just as much faith as believing in Christianity or any other religion. Hey there, thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked what you saw from my channel, please subscribe and donate to my Patreon. If you have evidence to counter what I say, please provide it. If you would like to see what I was doing with this channel 6 years ago, please click the links on the screen. Thank you so much.